AzorMX, you do have the option to play one of us.
Azor, do you want to play one of us tonight, or would you rather put that off? And if so, would you rather play James, or would you rather play me? All up to you. Neither of us will be offended.
Let's play. Who do you want? Do you want to play against Honda or Lucia? I think most people want to play against Lucia. Honda's such a pain. Definitely not Honda, yep. That's what I figured.
Okay, he says he does want to fight against Honda after all. I mean, I can also play Geef or whatever. Like, I don't need to...
Oh, okay. He wants to fight his demons. You know, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I respect that a lot. And I will also try to give as much advice I can about fighting Honda, because it's a character that I've studied a lot.
Honda versus Nash. I only play it against one person, and that's Tasty Steve. So my view into the Nash matchup is probably colored by the fact that Steve's a particular person. I mean, he's a good player, but, like, you know, I only have one perspective on it, really. Right. One person's perspective.
Well, remember, Rock and War, if someone hits you... A combo means once they hit you once, you can't block. So when you get up, learning defense is one of the hardest things to do in this game. Your tendency is to mash, panic, hit buttons, and that will get you killed.
It's really a gnarly connection. I'm sorry about this.
Is it bad for you, or is it bad for both of you?
That's a good question. For me, it's not great.
Okay. One of the other key things for Honda is learning to recognize which hands you're blocking. You can do that through audio, or you can do that through number of hits. Because they all have different frame data, so it's very important. That's +5 on block. If you block EX butt slam and he lands in front of you, that's +5.
Ooh, the big stolen turn. That, I just wanted to check and see what your reaction was.
So again,
fierce hands are -2, and command grab is 5 frames. So there's a 7-frame gap in there. If you see that there are 7 hands, all right, 7 hands is what fierce hands is. Gotta count them. If you see that, it's your turn. I know that's not easy on the fly, but that is what you gotta do.
Yeah, and like I said, one of the things.
Correct. Yeah, if EX butt slam crosses you up and you block it as a cross up, it is your turn.
Yeah, it's -2, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow, that beat. That was great. Great jump.
Yeah. You have to be careful of those neutral jumps sometimes, though, because he might just butt slam on you. EX butt slam you out of the air. And remember, one of the hardest parts to remember is that after he activates that V skill 2, the hands are the same on block, no matter what. It doesn't actually change the block value, it only changes the on hit value.
Ooh, that got me, okay.
Yep, there's a lot of math, especially versus Honda. Honda is a very mathy kind of character. Nice.
Actually, I'm not sure why that happened.
Well, you said that's a 7-frame gap, right?
I hit him. I was plus.
Oh, yeah, you hit him. That's right, yeah.
I'm not really sure.
You might have just been too far or something like that.
No. It was probably just a timing thing.
And yes, that is a guess whether he's going to hit on either side. You can see it once he reaches the top, but you have to be fast at recognizing it.
Oh, it's so weird.
Yeah, some of the cancels in the hands become just straight up frame traps. Nice! Okay, let's go, Azor. Yeah, no problem, Pepe. Have a nice night, dude. Congratulations on your placement. I know you didn't win, and some people are like, man, nothing counts except for first place, but that's really very impressive what you accomplished, Pepe. Great job. Yeah.
Nice. Super good anti-air.
Ow!
Nice!
Okay. Patience right there. It can be charged up into an unblockable, but that's what David is betting, that you're going to try to jump away from it, and he's trying to hit you in your pre-jump frames or right after you leave the ground.
Yeah, I'm the last Davy. Correct.
Ultimo day. How's the connection going there for you, David?
Pretty gnarly, James.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, wow. It's fine.
I mean, I even see some staggers on my end over here, too. Yeah, so that's the tricky thing, is if he has V-Skill 2 and he does that forwards heavy kick into the fierce hands, that is actually a frame trap. And so it's you if you're hitting buttons, you're gonna get beat up. Hands, hands, hands. Nice interrupt. There you go. But David doesn't care. He's just like, hands, 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 hands. Yep, there you go, like I said. And then David taking that plus frames opportunity to sneak in that throw. And that's the whole thing. It's just all mix-ups.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And Nash drops. Pew. Oh, no.
I probably shouldn't have done that. That's probably not going to kill. We'll see.
Is this gonna kill?
Oh, wow.
Ah! Honda does so much damage. So Victini, Honda's little taunt thing makes it so that he can cancel all of his normals into hand slap, and on hit, the hand slaps have much improved frame data.
Yeah, it makes it so that he can link out of regular hands. Otherwise, he cannot. Well, he can only link out of EX. But EX with V-Skill 2 ready to go lets him do like 300 damage. Like, he's a big man. He's 400 damage. Maybe. It's pretty wild.
One hit boost! I don't know why he
Correct.
says that. He's got so many, it's so many more than just one hit boost.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, yeah, +5. And so that's all you got to hold that. Nice escape, but too far away. And then David just activates that armor and has that kill right there. Wait, is it 2-1 right now, David?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 2-1, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Dude, Honda's V-Skill 2 is so good, Dammy. It's so good.
Ooh, wow, that was cool.
Or is it, unless it's Damn My Sakura Light. I'm not sure if it's Damn My or Dammy. Ow, this is gonna hurt. Oh, empty jump.
Nice. Oh no, I thought I had the kill. Oh, jump short. Yeah, usually works, but I did jump early roundhouse because I was expecting it. GG's.
See,
That was good. Sorry about the connection. Well, I hope it's better for you than it was for me. But,
I mean, again, that's the whole thing, right? See, so jumping light kick is a great option air to air, but if the opponent knows and they kick early, they can beat it. Again, that whole circle of, hey, if I know, then I should be able to beat, you know.
What are you supposed to do about butt slam and headbutt? Are they both safe? Yeah, pretty much everything Honda's supposed to be doing should be safe. If Honda wants to be a big jerk, he can do fierce headbutt or strong headbutt, depending on the matchup, and that's unsafe. But other than that, yeah, he's almost always safe. Yeah, they're very strong. They're just like, they're good tools. That said, hands, if I'm betting on a strength of hands, that means that I am crush counterable during the long startup of hands. some hands are like 19 frame startup. I think if I recall correctly for Fierce, something like that. Quite slow. So that's a lot of time where the opponent could sneak in a button. I have solutions if I think that they're going to sneak in a button, of course. But if they do guess right, they get a crush counter or they get a jump in, and I lose a lot of life. So they're good for sure, but they also have downsides. As far as butt slam goes, EX is +5 on block. It's super plus and very strong. But many characters can beat it after they block the first hit. Hit on the way up, hit on the way down, right? There's a gap there, usually anyway. And many characters have something invincible that they can do after blocking the first hit. They have a DP or whatever. If they have a parry, that works oftentimes. So it's strong, but it's not super cheap. And yeah, that said, in many cases, the best thing to do about it is just to block it. And afterward, Honda gets a grab or strike mix-up. It's definitely good, but it's also, it's got some issues that mean that it's not perfect.
Right. Yeah, Honda.
The only thing you know from the matchup is to throw booms. I would say, in fact, that as a Honda player, I'm not super scared of Nash throwing booms. I would say, actually, that what tends to work better against Honda is that he doesn't have very good defense. He doesn't have a 3-frame button. His 4-frame buttons, his light kicks, are really stubby. So oftentimes he's a 5-frame button character, which is pretty tough. So it's hard for him to get out of situations. And Nash has some good frame traps up close. So what I personally feel about the matchup, is, if I were to play Nash versus Honda, is I would want to play closer in, set up frame traps, spend my EX on EX up close projectiles for the frame trap or the second one or not, whatever mix-ups you can play with that. I think that side of the game is a little bit stronger. If you have V-Skill 2 active already, then you have this big threat range, right, where you can do Scythe and it's plus and I have to respect it. That's definitely good, but if you don't have that active, I would say it's probably stronger, in my view at least, to pressure than to try to zone.
Yeah, honestly, one of the things about Honda, I kind of put him in the same category as Blanca. He's a very knowledge check kind of character. He is a character that you have to have a lot of knowledge on. You have to know what the frame data on his hands are. You have to know all that kind of stuff, right? And so it's kind of a tricky situation.
It's definitely a big knowledge check. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Is there something that you can do to get a bigger reward if I jump? Yeah, I was holding jump a lot. Probably not a great idea. I was just hoping you would grab, but that's not a good idea. I didn't have a good reason to do that. As far as what Nash's solutions are, you can just do crouching strong or stand roundhouse, and then you get a side-to-side mix-up.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best thing you can do in that situation. And that can be good. Like I said, I think that the pressure is a good thing that you can do in that matchup. Pressure and well.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy matchup, I think, because Honda controls that. Remember that when you were playing against Pepe, you didn't hear the commentary, obviously. I said that Nash can be tricky for Manat to fight because once Nash gets into that range where you have the bazooka, you have the Sobat, the bazooka knee, the crouch medium kick, the back fist, the standing heavy kick. It's a really strong range for Nash. Unfortunately, I think Honda controls that range and dominates that range in many of the matchups, and so he kind of takes that away from Nash, and I think that's a little bit tricky. But one of the things that that also helps, we talked about this already, learn to count the number of hands, because heavy hands is -2. If it's -2, it's your turn, take your turn. If it's medium, it's +1. If it's light, it's +2. Understand that after he's +2 on the light hands, David's going to try to sneak in more hands to just kind of auto whiff punish and to steal turns. Last thing is that if you can, try to block headbutts while standing. That actually puts Honda closer to you, so even though you might not be able to punish him with anything, if, let's say, he's -7 and I forget how fast your crouching medium kick. Actually, if you stand block it, your bazooka knee might even be able to hit it every time. What did you say it was? Startup 8 or 7, David? 7. So there might be a chance if it's close enough it can hit. If not, probably not, but if he's forced to block it. There's nothing he can do about it. Your crouching medium kick may also be something that he has to force to block. But learning to stand and block headbutts is important. Honda's low threat is not particularly strong towards heavy kick, is not a low. His crouching heavy kick and his crouching light kick, I think, are his only lows. and they
Medium
don't have
kick, too.
which medium kick as well, but they all don't have great range, right? All
I mean, medium kick and sweep are like normal. You know, they're like normal.
Exactly.
Nothing of note.
Yeah, if you bazooka knee, you're in Honda's range unless you are kneeing at the range that it makes it plus. So you just have to check to see. You just have to go to training mode and practice and see. But also keep in mind when you test Honda's headbutt, if you block Honda's medium headbutt, there are about 3 different distances and frame data that he can end up in, depending on whether you block it early, late, or middle, or whatever. Honda's a weird character, and this is why I said he's a knowledge check character. You have to know all these little weird things about him, so... Oh, knee is -1 on hit. Yeah, then don't do the knee. Maybe you can even standing heavy kick. Honda will probably be able to beat you with something fast enough that way, but if you switch between that and maybe crouching medium kick or even the Sobat, you might be able to get the Hondas to calm down, and if you do that, and they think you're going to crouching medium kick after blocking a medium headbutt every time, then you kind of control that and you can start stealing turns at that point in time. So.
Yeah.
And stealing turns, of course, is if you block something and let's say they're -2, you want to hit a light punch because that's your fastest move and that holds them down.
It's
but
guaranteed.
Yeah, but the light punch might not lead to anything cool. So instead of doing light punch, you do a heavy punch because you know they're respecting your light punch. So you do heavy punch into scythe or moonsault slash instead. And so that way you've stolen a turn and now you can actually try to put some pressure and stuff like that. So
Thanks for hanging out to everybody. And congrats to everybody who played. Not just the people who got in the top 8, not just the person who won, but everybody for playing. That's really great to see. It's not easy to do. I know even in this context where the whole point is that this is a tournament that's for people under a specific level, right? So you can be a little bit more sure that you're not just going to get destroyed or people aren't going to have nobody's going to be mad at you. You know, this is supposed to be your atmosphere. Yeah, and yet I know that it's probably not easy to do. So hats off to everybody for having entered. Congrats to you. I hope that you continue to enter. And I expect to see progression. I mean, that's what happens, right? When we play and we have an intention of getting stronger and looking for how to improve and talking with other people about how to improve, that's how it's done. So I hope y'all come back.
One of the tricky things, obviously, is if you do improve a lot, you actually advance yourself out of the tournament. But if you do, please let us know in the Discord before the tournament starts or something, because I always want to shout out everyone that's done it. We've done it for Dro, we've done it for Stillsworth, we've done it for a couple of other guys as well. So if you do get to Super Gold or Ultra Gold, and again, if you fall back down, you're totally welcome to come back. So, but for sure, good stuff.
Yeah. So Ponzi Scheme got up there. I believe Moose got up there. So
oh yeah, that's right, Master Moose. Yeah.
Hats off to both of those players, and that's great. That's absolutely what we want to see. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot again for hanging out.
Peace out and take care of yourself. And what do you get when you do a DP motion plus a thumbs up? Sure you can. All right. Peace out, everybody.